Well, Cruiseman, I think one thing that's definitely certain here is you redeemed all the people that failed throughout the competitions in this category. You came out, you came strong with real strong traditional elements. It is busy, man. You crammed as much as you could in there, but it's bulletproof, and it is a solid tattoo.
Historically, the art of tattooing has been passed down by dedicated masters, teaching apprentices everything they know. Each of you is coming into this competition with either your master or your former apprentice. This week, you're being tested on overall ability.
Overall ability is good line work, nice shading, color saturation.
Today, you must tattoo head-to-head, master against apprentice.
Nothing but needles, Ryan. No markers, no stencils.
Go ahead, big shot. See what you got.
I don't think in Ink Master history, anyone has attempted a tattoo from scratch with nothing but needles.
I tattoo with divine providence. You like that? Some divine providence going on over here.
You on that rose right now?
Uh-huh.
If you're telling me that all I have to do is beat keto, then I got it, because I'm the master.
We're battling right now, bro. Tattoo battles.
When I first met Chris, I was working at some whole shop in Polka. He was just like, come under my wing so I could teach you how to tattoo better. Chris does color portraits, and that's all he does all day back home. So that totally gives me an advantage over him.
Got to haul some asses.
My ass is in gear. Head to head, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to beat Tyler in every tattoo.
If it came down to physical battle, Chris would kick my ass real fast.
Katie and I are working as a team. We constantly try to help each other out. That's what we're used to doing day to day.
For your first tattoo, you're being judged on overall ability. Each of you went head-to-head with your master or apprentice. One of you will win, and one of you will lose. This is a blind critique. The judges have no idea who tattooed which tattoo. Your tattoos have been randomly assigned either number 1 or number 2. Miami and Craig, let's start with you. New school black and gray. Let's talk about tattoo number 1.
I like the way that whoever did this was able to pull off some different size lines. Overall, aesthetically, it's cool, it's strong, it's bold.
Well, taking into consideration overall ability, let's debate a win here.
Unanimous, number 1.
Who did number 1?
I did.
Craig. You went home on a black and gray tattoo.
Yes, I did.
And here you've come back, first tattoo out the gate, black and gray, beat the master. Matt and Katie. Neo-traditional bird and flower. Let's start with tattoo number 1.
The black's really strong, the outline looks great. The color palette really works for this design. How strong and vivid number 1 looks, I'm going with number 1.
I'm gonna go with number 1 as well.
Number 1?
Who did tattoo number 1?
I did.
Well done. Chris and Tyler, traditional and realism. Tattoo number 2.
Man, this tattoo stands out. It's very sharp. The outline's very deliberate, very crisp. The black in the background, bringing forward the color, really helps out. The shading of the skull is a nice, smooth blend. The cleanliness of the outline on tattoo number 2 is so much stronger than tattoo number 1.
Tattoo number 2 as well.
That's you, Tyler?
Yep.
And you are the apprentice.
Yes, sir.
Chris, how you feel about this?
It's all right. Give him the win on the line work, if that's what you want.
St. Mark and Ryan, black and gray surrealism. Let's take a look at tattoo number 1.
I do think you have some nice, soft, shaded gray areas and some good, deep, saturated black.
It has a lot of textures, it has a lot of tricks. You've got my interest, let's see what you're gonna do.
I wish that tattoo number 1 had more to it, and I wish that tattoo number 2 had less to it.
I'm leaning with number 1 for sure, just based on smoothness.
Tattoo number 1 is the winner.
That would be me.
All right, St. Mark, the master wins this time.
Thanks a lot.
Eric and Marissa, Japanese koi fish. Let's take a look at tattoo number 1.
Good-looking head on this fish. I like the shape of the body. The scales look very smooth and repetitive.
Clearly, this is a number 1 win for me.
We're judging overall ability. I'm going with number 1.
Tattoo number 1 wins. Who did tattoo number 1?
I did.
Cruiseman and Duffy. Traditional anchor and rose.
I like the composition of this tattoo. The black to color ratio is very nice.
It's very strong, it's very bold. It definitely fits what I consider to be a traditional tattoo.
Let's debate a win here.
I'm going with number 2. It looks very much like the person's very comfortable with this style, and this is what they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with number 2 as well. Who did tattoo number 2?
I did.
Okay, artists, You have 5 hours to do an American traditional tattoo. And your time begins now.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Go down.
Yes, Dad, just like that.
Get ready for battle.
Ready?
I like this. It's going the right direction.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that more than you know.
This week, you had one more chance to battle your master or apprentice head-to-head to prove which of you is the best. One of you will win and one of you will lose. Lose, and you could be eliminated. Matt, let's start with you. You went head-to-head with MV and Katie.
Immediately, the profile is appealing. It is legible across the room. It does have that punch.
I like the rose. I like the brown. It makes it rich, subtle. It's tough. It's not dainty. I like it.
The judges have decided. Matt, you have won your head-to-head competition. Chris, you went head-to-head with Tyler.
The way the banners kind of dribble off kind of bugs me. Banners should rise from left to right, the other way.
If I go strictly on legibility, I'm gonna go for Tyler. If I'm gonna go for tough traditional, I'm gonna go for Chris.
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 Winner of this head-to-head challenge is Chris. Cruiseman, you went head-to-head with Duffy.
Very nice black shading. Color saturation here is great. Color palette is great.
Time to debate a winner.
It's the closest battle.
I agree. I like both of them.
For me, Cruiseman's tattoo is deliberate.
The judges have decided, Cruiseman, you've won the head-to-head competition. Artists, you have 6 hours to prove contrast. Your time begins now.
Oh, you're doing the border, Chris. I think I'm gonna stick with some turquoises and greens. I specialize in saturating. I specialize in bright colors. This is right down my alley. Decided to go head-to-head with MV.
To play the game.
I don't think he's really been challenged too much, and MV's a damn good artist. You're looking for Ink Master, right? I know I won this challenge just because I'm already in MV's head. I got him rattled. I'm putting the nail in your coffin right now.
How's it look? Good?
We all love a pretty face.
You're acting like I'm hurting you.
Thank you for talking me out of the ribs.
Luckily, I convinced my canvas to move the tattoo from his ribs to his thigh. This is the point where you're either gonna puke or you're gonna love it. Got all the textures in the glass and everything.
We're going for a marbly broken glass effect in here.
Chris and Eric put me head-to-head against Dave Clark. So I guess they want Dave Clark gone right now. I grew up in a church. I've made stained glass. They are not gonna know what hit them. I have several ministers in my family. That's kind of the family business. When I decided to become a tattooist, I knew that I would have some resistance. It made me overachieve. I'm not gonna be a tattooist. I'm gonna be the best tattooist in the whole world.
Nobody was thinking about illustrating the lead, no one.
Today, you had to use contrast to make vibrant stained glass tattoos. Each of you tattooed head-to-head with another artist, and we will directly compare your work. Craig, let's start with you. You went head-to-head with Big C's. I love the brickwork around this thing, and I love all the intricate little shapes that you have in these rays.
The hot and cold color palette hits the mark of the contrast. I know you're a heavy color guy. These pastel colors, ramp them up. The power that gets lost is just the color palette.
Let's debate a win between Big C's and Craig.
Craig's tattoo, there's definitely contrast. There's definitely a stained glass window.
Craig.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Craig. Congratulations. Katie, you went head-to-head with Duffy.
It looks heavy. It looks solid. It looks bold. It's bright. It has consistency. The color saturation and color theory you used here are strong.
It's time to debate a win between Duffy and Katie. If you're going straight contrast, Katie by far takes it down.
Although they're both two great tattoos, I gotta go with Katie.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Katie. Matt.
The areas of the muzzle and the eyes really standing out from the dark brown in the coat.
You made this tattoo look really tough, really bold, really strong. It's a sticker. This is a good job.
There's really no question here. I'm gonna go with Matt on this for sure.
Matt.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Chris, you went head-to-head with MV. I think she's beautiful. I really love the pose.
This is like a nice, bright, color bomb tattoo that really shows a lot of contrast. Just in your depth of shading, you did a great job getting this color in there solid.
Thanks, guys.
I feel like they're both dynamic images, but Chris's color blends and his color saturation are top-notch.
I have to go with Chris.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Chris. Congratulations. Earl, you went head-to-head with Marissa.
You nailed contrast in this frame. This beveled edge, the shading and the highlights and the contouring really creates depth of that window. Earl's tattoo does show a little more technical ability today.
I'm going with Earl.
Congratulations, Earl. You have won the head-to-head challenge. St. Mark. You took such an attention to detail with making these panes look like glass. And the little areas where you're showing that the lead is dimensional.
I wanted to stick to a super bold lead outline.
Mark really surprised us with some techniques that we weren't expecting to see today.
Hands down, this one goes to St. Mark.
I'm definitely with Mark today.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is St. Mark. Congratulations. Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to show detail with Egyptian tattoos. And your time begins now.
Let's do it. Yep, let's go.
Trying to get all that detail, man.
Line work day, baby.
I'm gonna show you what I do on this one.
Ready.
Yep.
Once I get the black done, it's gonna go much quicker.
It's gonna be a tough one, man.
I took it literally, detailed.
It's crazy. You killed it.
Today, you had to create intricately detailed Egyptian tattoos. Each of you tattooed against 2 other artists, and we will directly compare your work. 1 artist will win, 2 artists will lose. Big C's.
You did an amazing job of making it completely recognizable. I love the chin beard, the detail work in that. It's really, really nice. You lose me a little bit on this necklace. You could have served yourself by doing less lines, just so you don't have those inconsistencies in the lines.
Those lines that are going diagonal, that's exactly the lines that are going diagonal on the portrait.
It ends up not serving the tattoo at the end of the day.
Time to deliberate a win.
St. Mark, he didn't really show us a whole lot of detail.
C's the only one who added the part of the mask that has detail in it.
Gave himself the best opportunity to succeed.
The winner of the head-to-head battle is Big C's. Eric. It's clean. I like what you did with the headdress with those skin breaks to create that 3-dimensional shine that's happening in it.
I like this one. There's not too much detail, but the detail that's there is done well.
Time to debate a win. For me, the one that's the cleanest and looks most like Anubis is Eric's.
I gotta go with Eric's also.
Eric it is.
Winner of this challenge is Eric. Tyler.
The shading in the wings, the fine little lines you got in the hair, very nice. You really did some beautiful, heavy shading, which accentuates her body, and the placement is spot on.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, who's the winner of this one?
If you're going for which one has the most precisely done details, it's Tyler.
I'm going with Tyler.
Tyler.
The winner of this battle is Tyler. Congratulations. Matt.
I love this tattoo. It does have that authentically Egyptian quality where other tattoo artists rushed through the line work on the necklace. You can see you took a lot of time.
This detail that you put into this, fantastic.
Detail challenge, I'm leaning towards Matt.
Matt's details stand out above most in the room.
All right. The winner of this challenge is Matt.
Thank you, guys.
Chris. I love this tattoo. It just looks like the Sphinx as we know it today.
The little tricks that you use to create the textures in the bricks, to create the uneven, weather-worn areas in the chest are fantastic ways to show detail. It's just solid, strong plan and strong craftsmanship.
Thank you, guys.
Chris's tattoo just really stands out.
Chris?
Chris.
Congratulations, man. This week, we're testing ingenuity.
Ingenuity in a tattoo is using a design in a creative way to work well on the body and be visually appealing.
Today, you must find a unique way to use your canvas's anatomy to make your tattoo come to life.
What? What does that mean?
From armpits to belly buttons to a fist or a foot, you must work with the shape and movement of that body part to create an illusion.
Like, seriously?
You'll have 6 hours to use ingenuity to fully transform your canvas's body part. Based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the stencil on you. In order to achieve an optical illusion tattoo properly, you're gonna really have to know the anatomy and dynamics of the image that you're tattooing and the body part that you're placing it on.
And lift. Dude, that's perfect on the first try.
If you're not ingenious doing these tattoos, you will not succeed.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Chris.
Brandy.
So originally I had drawn up a Medusa right for the other girl, kind of tweaked it up to make it work.
How do you feel about the same concept?
Not my style. I'm thinking water goddess, like mermaid.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I just drew for 3 hours for the Medusa. I'm meeting my new canvas, and she wants a water goddess or a mermaid. Another 3 hours of drawing.
After he sees what I'm doing, he's gonna try to like overshoot it. He could try to go bigger even.
My head's all screwed up. I'm burnt. I'm spent.
So that would be like the general idea. We'll start some seashell.
Okay, awesome.
I finally got the water goddess drawn. We're ready to tattoo.
Mentally prepare for 6 hours, okay?
The goal is to finish and win.
That's it.
Chris doesn't get discouraged easily. If anything, he's gonna try harder to beat St. Mark out, and hopefully he just kicks his ass.
Oh. Towards the end's the worst part. Made it this far. You're doing really good.
All I can do is try to coach her down a little bit to keep her from tapping out on me.
You all right?
Yeah.
Just gotta power through.
Bear with me. I really need to win against Earl. That will prove that I deserve to be here.
You think I'm rattled because of this? I'm a Marine. I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna overcome this one. I'm gonna give her a fantastic tattoo. St. Mark, you have nothing on me, and I'm gonna beat you in this challenge.
Gotta hang with me, okay?
I'm trying.
Today, you had to use ingenuity to come up with a clever way to transform your canvas's body part. Each of you tattooed head-to-head with another artist. One of you will win, and one of you will lose. Craig, you went head-to-head with Katie.
In the bends of the knee, the skin is very soft, it's very delicate. I think you did a great job applying this tattoo. The way it's placed on here, when her leg's straight, it looks great. When her leg's bent, it looks great.
All right, guys, between Craig and Katie,
Craig got this one.
the judges have decided the winner of this head-to-head battle is Craig. Chris, I really like this tattoo. I think that it's really dynamic and beautiful. Your palette is excellent. It absolutely hits the challenge in terms of making this girl's ass crack into the cleavage of this sea goddess.
It is a solid, strong, badass tattoo. I mean, I'm a sucker for a pretty lady, and I love all the detail. I think I'll lean to Chris.
I'm leaning with Chris as well. The winner of this head-to-head battle is Chris. Dave, you went head-to-head with Keto.
This angle of the arm has a smooth transition out from way back, leaning forward to the fist.
It's a nice, smooth, soft ending, and I think you really pulled the tattoo off. Dave definitely showed ingenuity, and the perspective on this really, really works well.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Dave. Big C's, you went head-to-head with Matt. You have done a really great job of making this belly button the Buddha's belly button.
The shading in this is so much better than anything I've seen from you, and I'm happy for you. I'm glad to see you come back.
Let's talk about a win here.
Big C's definitely did something that was aesthetically more pleasing. I'm picking C's.
Yeah, I have to agree. The winner of this head-to-head battle is Big C's. Marissa, you went head-to-head with Earl.
I do commend you on getting a lot of these lines, and they're really clean in this very tender part of the body.
You've taken some pretty heavy beatings up here. Yeah. And this is not one of those days. Oddly enough, this is probably my favorite tattoo I've seen you do.
Between Marissa and Earl.
It's obviously Marissa.
I gotta go with Marissa, too.
Marissa.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Marissa. Artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo a koi fish as good as Mike Rubendall's. And your time begins now.
Here we go.
I've been tattooing for 20 years now.
Starting out of the gate, it's considered to be a level playing field, but there's so many tricks into scaling. Really understanding the dynamics of the body and the flow of the fins, they still are gonna be lost.
All right, you ready for this?
Today, you had to tattoo head-to-head with our guest judge. Mike is a master of Japanese tattooing. Let's see what you're up against. Mike, talk to us about your design.
My design is a traditional Japanese-style koi fish. I tried to make it look interesting in every aspect.
The line work is as crisp as it gets. There's no thicker, thinner lines to cover up. It's solid tattooing. These principles are what make things look strong. And when you come here to compete, you're supposed to have knowledge of these principles to do all these challenges.
Eric.
You showed great contrast between the hot and cold colors. It's applied very technical. It's very readable. You could see this tattoo from the freeway, and I think that's super important when it comes to traditional Japanese tattooing.
Cruiseman.
I would say that this tattoo is one of the most accurately executed koi fish amongst your competitors. Line work is great. I like your choice of color.
Overall, the readability in this and the execution is very strong.
Matt.
I really like the layout of this design. You have a lot of strong outlines and a lot of contrast in the black, where the water's light versus where the water's black. It's not just random. It appears to have a very artistic eye behind it. Overall, I think it's a really strong outing today.
All right, time to poll the judges. Who had the best tattoo of the day?
Matt, Cruiseman, and Eric were my top 3. I feel like they really achieved solid line work. The application was spot on.
If I could put Eric's color with Matt's aesthetic and Cruiseman's water, this would be one stand-up tattoo.
Final decision.
My final decision is Matt.
I'm gonna go with Matt for swinging for the fences.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Matt. And this week, we're testing texture.
Texture is an effect that makes the tattoo come to life. Bumpy, smooth, hairy. Without the texture, it just looks plain and cartoony.
For this elimination tattoo, you must transform your canvas into an animal.
What? Oh my gosh. How the does that even mean?
All of the canvases want their skin made into animal skin.
How does that work?
Is that a joke?
I don't think it is a joke. You want to turn yourself into an animal? How do you even do that?
Holy
Today, you must tattoo in teams of 4.
What?
4?
What do you mean, teams of 4?
All 4 of you must tattoo the same canvas
What the?
at the same time.
Holy tug of war.
God.
To get tattooed by one person for 6 hours already sucks. To get tattooed by 4 people in 4 different places, we're gonna murder them today.
It's insane.
Every artist on your team must create consistent texture, or the tattoos won't match and the illusion will be destroyed.
We're magicians. We're not tattooers. We're magicians.
You'll have 6 hours to transform your canvas into an animal. Good luck.
How are you?
I'm Matt.
Nice to meet you.
Today, the most difficult part about this challenge is consistency. Our goal is that you leave here with something that looks awesome. It's important that all of these outlines and stencils match up and play well together so that this canvas transforms into one particular pattern throughout.
This area in here is gonna be a lot easier to tattoo.
I agree.
You ready for the arm? Let's go. All right, man, here we go.
Our canvas doesn't have that many tattoos, and he's not a very big guy.
Just do what you're doing, and I'm gonna duplicate it.
Instead of tattooing all at the same time, we're tattooing 1 or 2 at a time to not overwhelm him.
You okay, buddy?
Oh my God. You gotta kind of like embrace the pain.
You're doing good, man. You're doing wonderful,
You're doing
man.
really good.
If you baby them and you give them a little bit of finesse and you rub them the right way,
Oh, we're gonna do this together.
they can handle it. It's pretty much common sense for all tattooers.
For this elimination tattoo, you had to show texture in teams of 4, tattooing the same canvas at the same time. Remember, you're being judged as a team. Let's see how you did. Cruiseman, Craig, Eric, and Marissa. So you guys had the crocodile. What was the overall plan here?
All of us weren't tattooing at the same time.
We stayed kind of small.
Layout, design, placement, color palette all looked very alike. Nobody went off on their own. The team worked really strong together here.
Cruiseman and Craig, you definitely show us texture. You really show each little plate pushing forward, and then you show the depth behind it. The execution is really strong.
Cobblestone driveway.
I think Eric's tattoo is right on par with Cruiseman and Craig. You have a little bit different look to this tattoo, a little bit more black area between the pits.
Marissa, the attention to detail and small textures plays to your advantage in this. With 3 years tattooing, you're the one that had to rise to the occasion, and you definitely stayed in with the boys. Nice job.
Thanks.
Judges, do we have a winning team?
In my head, if I run my finger across 3 different tattoos, my finger would have the most bumps in the crocodile. That's how I'm thinking of it. Looking at cohesive designs, looking at teamwork, and looking at execution, I'm going with the crocodile.
The judges have decided, Cruiseman, Eric, Marissa, and Craig, you have the best tattoo of the day. Congratulations. The 4 of you are safe from elimination. Artists, you have 6 hours to create a trash polka tattoo. And your time begins now.
All right. Let's do this. Trash Polka, it's a real test because it encompasses so many different elements. These artists are gonna have to take the imagery the canvas is asking for and find a way to meld all that together to really turn out a beautiful tattoo.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Just kind of keep your breathing like leveled and you'll be fine.
You guys started out in Georgia, right?
I started in '95, and honestly, I had a lot of difficulty finding placement in life. I've been in trouble all of my life. Finding tattooing just been the only escape from trouble that I've had.
Today, you had to use composition to create a trash polka tattoo. Let's see how you did. Craig. The crosshair pattern with these circles sits nicely on the body, and I just think it's one of the more creative, conceptual ideas that we've seen today.
I wasn't planning on going home today.
Overall, man, the circles with the plane coming out of the circles gives it a very cool, old war and propaganda feel. It shows a lot of artistic creativity. This is a very competitive, strong way to come out and try to play the game.
Thank you.
Eric.
This tattoo, it has a really strong composition. It's open and airy and breathable. You're red. It's just a very strong color choice. You pick something that was heavy and solid, and that accents well with the stark black that you have around the clock. Overall, it's very nice.
All right, guys, we've seen 11 artists go head-to-head. Time to debate an overall win of the day.
Eric's application is beautiful, but Craig really, really hit it out of the park in composition. Really took a swing for the fences, and I'm definitely with Craig.
Just in terms of overall creativity, I'm voting for Craig. The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Craig. This week, we're testing saturation.
All right. A saturated tattoo just looks more vibrant and colorful, and when it's not saturated, it looks hollow. You can see right through it.
Today, you must tattoo the Roman god of the sea, Neptune.
It's crazy. Neptune is a merman, tromping through the water with a crazy-ass lightning storm in the back. One little slip of an eye or a lip, and this is not gonna meet the challenge.
Good luck.
What's up, man?
Nice to meet you. We're gonna do a really killer piece.
Dave and Marissa gave me a fantastic canvas.
A lot of strategy on choosing what for who, and having that skull kick is really important.
You know, like go big or go home. This is exactly where I wanted to be in this competition. This is an easy win.
Today, you had to use saturation to tattoo the Roman god of the sea, Neptune. Chris.
Well, Chris, this is definitely one of the most dynamic layouts of the day. As far as the hair goes, it has that very Roman goddish kind of sculpted, statuesque outline to it.
And his face shape, everything looks the way it's supposed to be. The saturation looks great. It's a tremendous size tattoo for the time you were allotted.
This is the type of tattoo I expected to see. Lots of movement, exactly what we're looking for.
Thank you, guys.
Eric. I think this is a killer tattoo. It's super dynamic, no doubt about who this is. I'm wishing that this trident didn't just vanish at the top. That part of it just makes it look a little unfinished.
It's not tough, it's not strong. You didn't put your balls out there.
I think I did put my balls out there. That's a big tattoo.
But it's big with no purpose. Make it purposeful.
It's time to debate a win for the day. I like a lot of elements of Eric's tattoo.
Really?
I like the drawing, yeah.
I like Chris's, it's bulletproof in saturation.
It's the most dynamic, I think.
Final decision.
Chris.
Vote for Eric.
I vote for Chris.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Chris.
Thank you, guys.
Today, you must tattoo an anatomical heart morph. Each canvas today wants an anatomical heart morphing into another image. You must use artistry to make the two images flow together perfectly. To win this competition, it's not enough to just be a technical tattooer. You must also have the artistry to draw appealing images. And these tattoos are a perfect test.
Morph in the heart.
Be interesting. Making two images merge together in the same tattoo is a very difficult thing. You really have to be able to make one flow seamlessly into the other. It's not something you can do unless you're able to draw.
You'll have 6 hours to create an anatomical heart morph tattoo. And based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
You want it on your ribs.
Yes.
I have to move the placement. If you've never sat through a rib tattoo before, it's definitely risky. They think that they're giving me a hard canvas. Little do they know that I'm the canvas whisperer. This guy thinks he's getting a tattoo on his ribs. No, he's not. Would you be willing to change the spot at all?
Yes.
Cool.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. I told you so. Stay super still.
Blending two images takes really strong artistry, and this is one of those challenges where if the drawing doesn't look good, the tattoo damn sure won't. We're literally at the halfway point. We started with 18, we're now at 9.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
This is where the battle actually starts. Now, any tattoo these guys do could either keep them or send them home.
You guys trucking along pretty good.
Yeah.
Chris is using Eric and Tyler to try to gun for Katie. She's gonna show them what's up.
The tattoo's looking awesome. I'm stoked on it. Instead of just mashing the heart and the clock together, my goal is to make it look like the clock and heart pieces are made out of each other.
Oh, that is sick. Dude.
Today, you had to create anatomical heart morph tattoos that show your artistry. Each of you tattooed against 2 other artists, and we will directly compare your work. One of you will win, and 2 of you will lose. Chris, you tattooed against Craig and Duffy. Your tattoo here is amazing. You went the extra mile with adding the flames.
Technically, you obviously know what you're doing. Super smooth, super saturated. The outlines are great. The transition is really good.
Thank you. I look at these 3 tattoos and I see incredible detail, incredible texture in Craig's tattoo. Just when I look at Chris's tattoo, it's just so
Way more dynamic.
night and day more dynamic.
Chris.
Winner of this head-to-head challenge is Chris. Congratulations, man. Katie. There are some really nice little details. The gears are really nice, the hands are really nice. The morphing part I was hoping to see more of, where we're seeing the texture of one item transitioning into the other item, but it is readable.
It does look like a mechanical heart, but you did something chaotic with it that is exciting to look at. You took a big risk with the design, which I think the other artists didn't do with their designs. You deconstructed the clock, and you combined it with the heart in a really cool way.
Thank you.
I have to go with the one that I think is the most interesting, which is Katie's.
Katie's is by far the most dynamic.
Katie.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Katie. Congratulations. Matt, you tattooed against Dave and Cruiseman. This lion is beautiful. I love the hair. I love the details in the whiskers, in the eyes, the textures that you got in the ventricles and the elements in the heart that are morphing out of this thing's head.
You grabbed what the challenge was and you drew something. Every part of the heart you fragmented and made it look to be a part of that lion's head. It's great. I love it.
Today, you must tattoo a famous work of art.
Some of these will be really hard.
Your canvases today all want a world-renowned painting permanently tattooed on their skin. From Starry Night to The Birth of Venus to The Scream, these paintings are some of the most recognizable in the world.
Fine art paintings have hundreds of hours worth of layering of paint. Replicating that into a tattoo is a nightmare.
You must perfectly replicate your painting down to the brushstroke, using consistency to capture the details and its overall essence. You'll have 6 hours to tattoo a famous work of art, and based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Come on, let's go talk.
Having to replicate any particular piece of art always shows consistency because you have the actual product and you have your replication. There's no room for self-interpretation.
If it's going in between your shoulders, then maybe like ovally shape. I'm definitely thinking like a portion of it.
Going with my fine line. Like some brush strokey bits.
My strategy for the tattoo is to do all the brush strokes on it and make it look like it's old and weathered.
It'll be really painterly when I'm done.
Duffy and I are choosing to go about this painting 2 different ways. She's using a zoomed in section to tattoo, and I'm using a little bit more of the painting. I want to make sure that the painting is identifiable.
Monet specifically painted his designs to be viewed from a distance. When you get up close on them, they're really, really messy. I need to take this same approach with my tattoo. So right now I'm just going through and trying to get like shapes where they go. When you stand back and look at this thing, it's gonna be nice and bright and it makes sense. This is definitely gonna get me the win.
Check it out. Man, this looks awesome.
Today, you had to replicate a fine work of art. Tyler, you went head-to-head with Craig.
Tyler, I think you did a great job translating this from the original painting to a tattoo form.
If you look at the original painting, there's tiny little white scratchy lines in the face, and you brought those over to the tattoo in a way that's really well done. Great use of consistency there.
It's really hard to get the expression of that face, and you found a way to do it, which is what the most important thing is in this painting, so well done.
Thanks, guys.
Between Tyler and Craig, do we have a winner?
Tyler's attention to detail that he did put in the face makes this really stand out.
I agree. That's the best thing about his.
Winner of this head-to-head competition is Tyler. Duffy.
As far as consistency goes, I do love that you were able to capture the brush strokes. You've captured the color palette, captured the composition.
I would have liked to have seen a little more crispness in the way the flowers were executed, but you chose the shape wisely. You fit it to the body well. That was smart, and it's more recognizable. See this as a Monet right away.
Thank you.
Good job. Between Katie and Duffy, who's gonna take this one?
Duffy really captured the spirit of the Monet a little bit more. It definitely has that painterly feel.
I go with Duffy as well.
The edge goes to Duffy for me.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Duffy. Today, you must create Victorian tattoos. During the Victorian era, the invention of sewing machines and new machinery for making lace made it possible to create complex patterns at a fraction of the cost of handmade. Tattoos emulating these patterns and fabrics have grown in popularity. You must translate these intricate styles to skin.
Lots of lace, jewelry, with filigree, fine line work. I'm really nervous about this one.
But there's more.
Which is?
There is no better test of your finesse than tattooing some of the most delicate skin on the body. The throat.
Oh, Jesus, throat tats.
Throat.
I know exactly what that feels like. It hurts like a mother. It's hard to breathe while they're doing it. It feels like getting cut with a scalpel the entire time.
You'll have 6 hours to create a Victorian tattoo on your canvas's throat. And based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
Let's get this figured out.
Are you concerned with the pain at all?
A little bit. I think the only tattoo I was tap out of was my elbow.
She's not gonna be able to sit through this thing.
I've had so many people tell me not to do this today. It's scary.
I've been fighting my way through this whole competition, and I can't let it all go down the drain now.
You know, go big or go home.
I have to put this on in pieces. It's just not gonna go on all at once.
This is super stressful. If this design's off just by a hair, it's gonna be totally obvious.
Hang your head off the table, and let me see if I can get the area a little flatter for me.
I'm willing to spend extra time in the placement just to make sure it's perfect.
Lean forward like this real quick. It's just not lined up with your chest.
If I pull this thing off perfect, I'm so gonna have the win.
Today, you had to use finesse to create intricate Victorian tattoos on very delicate skin. Duffy.
Just the outline alone is a great example of finesse. All these curves, very smooth, all have a very natural flow. All your little circles around the heart look very concentric.
It's pretty great. Great, perfect. Why are you crying?
It's just a good feeling.
Come on, lady. This is what it's all about, right? Like, this is why you came.
They're definitely happy tears. I needed it.
Beautiful tattoo.
Thanks.
Time to poll the judges. Who's got the best tattoo of the day? Duffy took this one, as far as I'm concerned.
A great design, a great fit to the skin, great application.
It's perfect, smooth, beautiful, and on top of everything, it's the largest amount of work. Anybody that you're up against can't deny your win.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Duffy. This week, we're testing precision.
Precision is the use of accuracy to show perfect detail in a tattoo. If any little detail's a millimeter off, the tattoo's completely.
There is no tattoo that requires more precision than a portrait.
Portraits have showed their ugly face in the building. Oh. If you don't use precision and put things where they're supposed to be, it's not gonna look like that person.
To tattoo an accurate portrait, you must capture the subject's likeness by precisely placing every single drop of ink. A facial feature, even a millimeter out of place, could change the appearance of your portrait entirely.
I don't really do portraits because one little slip up, man, and you're gonna make your tattoo look like Sloth from the Goonies, and that's the last thing I wanna do.
Portraits are some of the most popular tattoos because canvases can have a loved one with them forever. For your canvases and subjects today, this is especially important.
What?
Because they are often separated by thousands of miles for long periods of time. They are all active military.
Wow, awesome.
And they are all about to be deployed.
Serious.
Portrait. Man, this is my day. Cruiseman, you can throw anything you want at me. This is my style. I've got the win no matter what you give me.
Guys, there's no liberties in this. These are accurate portraits. Your tattoo versus the picture, side by side. No reason for changing anything. Make these things count because one of you guys is going home.
You will have 6 hours to tattoo a precise portrait. Good luck.
Hey, Dad.
I'm Duffy.
What a cool photo.
Right. At this point where we're at, I mean, it's very real. Get down to that final few, and there's just definitely more pressure.
My canvas has the best reference photo of all of these. She has long curly blonde hair and very distinctive features. I know I can really put her soul in this portrait. Thanks, Cruiseman. You definitely gave me tattoo of the day.
I believe I'm the only one doing full color.
Full color.
Every
You're
bit
going
of it.
full color. Wow.
100%.
First tap, man, I gotta go all the way, right?
That's what I hear.
Man, this challenge is about active military guys. They're about to get deployed. I've been there where those kids are gonna go. I can imagine what my dad went through when I got deployed. A lot of people just don't understand what it's like to go do something traumatic. This is my day. Everything about this is all Chris Blinston.
I was pretty shocked you got this.
I was surprised he gave it to me. I was surprised he chose the one for himself he did.
I wasn't. The least amount of face.
Good point.
If you're not a portrait tattooer, then it's the least amount of portrait you have to do. It's a lot of frosting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time is up. Machine's down. No more ink.
That's sick. Dude, that is so awesome, man. Freaking nailed it, man.
My pleasure doing that for you, man.
Dude.
Today, you had to give canvases and their loved ones a way to stay together even when military service keeps them apart by tattooing a portrait. Matt.
Anybody who knows this woman, they're gonna take one glance at this tattoo and instantly know it's her.
I was excited to get this canvas. I was stoked to get to do all the hair.
Capturing the personality of someone, capturing the spirit of them, and really making it recognizable.
You really defined the cheeks and the chin line. You should have made them out of focus, and you would have made her younger. Also, you emphasized the ridge of the nose up top, so that gives us another wrinkle that she doesn't have.
I think that you lucked out on this pick because I feel that this photograph and this woman has so much character that's uniquely hers that in translation, nailing 80% of those things makes it look like her. Chris. When Cruiseman gave you this canvas, what was your feeling?
I can't believe that he handed me the color portrait. And that's like handing me a gold medal.
When I look at the tattoo, I love it. Really a beautiful tattoo.
Thank you. Today is a special day with the military guys, and every one of them is going to deploy. I've been there.
Well, Chris, I think you did an amazing job. It's definitely bulletproof. It is definitely solid. The attention to detail in the clothing and the fabric in the flag set this thing off. And this thing's strong, man.
The face itself looks like a poster to join the Navy. It could be his brother, his cousin, or anybody that looks a little similar. It looks like an illustration. It's a technically precise tattoo, but you're lacking the photorealism qualities to make it look like a photo.
It's time to poll the judges and find out who had the best tattoo of the day.
Matt's really captured the look of the person, but from a technical application standpoint, Chris's tattoo stands out.
Chris made it so fresh and clean and vibrant, and just looking at fabric textures and qualities, holy, he killed it. Matt's black and gray is beautiful. The only fault I find in it is that she's older than she is in the photo. I'm a definite black and gray portrait guy, but I think I'm with Chris.
My vote is with Chris. The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Chris. Congratulations, man. Master or apprentice, there is no better way to learn than from your own mistakes. So today, you get to do a do-over. The judges will choose the one tattoo in this competition that we feel you completely botched. You must tattoo it one more time. And this time, you've got to nail it. To prove you deserve a spot in the live finale, you must turn your failure into success. Your canvases have been randomly assigned and you'll have 6 hours to tattoo. Head to your shops and we'll bring in your canvases. Good luck.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
When I did my first stained glass, I just did a Cruiseman tattoo, and I'm gonna get off that high horse. I've got to prove it to these judges that I'm no safe Sally.
Now we're cooking with gas.
This is our last chance to take Chris out. Craig, I need you to buckle down and make this happen.
Today, each of you tattooed head-to-head against yourself. This was your last chance to prove that you deserve a spot in the live finale. Cruiseman.
My favorite part of the whole tattoo is the saddle. The way that that aqua plays off the black really worked to your advantage. The line weight and the black and the density of the way that you put the panes together makes the image look heavy. You completely came back and delivered what it was that you should have delivered day one.
Thank you.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Cruiseman. Congratulations, man.
Feels awesome, man. That's my first tattoo of the day, this whole competition.
Not only is it the best tattoo of the day, but you've earned your spot in the live finale.
Thank you.
All right, Cruiseman, let's see your master canvas, buddy.
Drop it like it's hot.
Tell us about it, buddy.
Well, I decided to go with an American traditional tattoo because I feel like at this point in the game, it would have been foolish for me to go with something I wasn't familiar with. These tattoos stand the test of time. This is a hand-drawn tattoo. It's not a Google image. It's built to last, man, and I'm super pumped on this thing. I'd wear it myself.
Well, Cruiseman, I think one thing that's definitely certain here is you redeemed all the people that failed throughout the competitions in this category. You came out, you came strong with real strong traditional elements. It is busy, man. You crammed as much as you could in there, but it's bulletproof, and it is a solid tattoo.
All right. All right, guys, here we go. The judges have decided. Cruiseman, you do